All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's yours truly, MDK. You guys are probably wondering why I'm looking dapper today. I'm looking like a prince today. I'm Prince Charming. Now, why do I look like Prince Charming? I've got a second princess with me in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause for my princess.
Oh, thank you so much for the warm welcome.
Do you know what? I want to make sure I pronounce your name properly. Is it Ashleigh or Ashleigh? How do you pronounce your name?
It's Ashleigh, but
Ashleigh.
I accept whatever people pronunciation comes out because I know it's the one and the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Ashleigh is okay.
Perfect.
Wow. You look amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So do you.
You look in the part. Thank you very much.
I love that.
Yes. Now, if there's anybody watching, finding the signal, thinking, who is this gorgeous second princess? How would you introduce yourself to the people?
I am, firstly, obviously, my name is Ashleigh Chingwaro.
Yeah.
I am an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
a mom to 3 amazing kids.
Okay.
I am the founder of Sparkle of Hope Charity Empowerment Foundation.
Yeah.
I am the second princess of Africa UK pageant and empowerment programs of 2023. I am a pageant coach at Mrs. Africa Island.
Wow. Wow. I like this. This is gorgeous. This is amazing. Unbelievable. I mean, you've done a lot, but before we get into what you've done, let's talk about how did we meet? People are probably wondering, how did these two meet? Yeah, Mr. Signal. Now you've got a princess in the house. Where did you find these gorgeous women? The Southern African Gala dinner.
Yes, it was.
That's where I met you, isn't it?
I was on duty.
Yeah. How was it?
It was amazing. I think it was just amazing to see the southern part of Africa come together for one, just celebrating one another. That was amazing.
Okay. How did you get invited to it? How did you know about it?
So I actually got 2 invites. It was from someone else that had been part of the organization team, and then I got the invite from Africa UK pageant.
Okay.
So yeah.
And then you ended up there.
And then I was there.
Wow. Nah, I like it. The journey has been probably long, and we're gonna get into it, and you'll tell me about the ups and downs that you've met and whatnot. But before we get there, let's talk about where were you actually born? Where were you born and raised?
I am originally from Zimbabwe.
Okay.
However, my mom's side of the family is originally from South Africa.
Okay.
And my dad's side is originally from Malawi.
Okay.
But
So it's a mixture.
Yep.
Yeah.
Proper African.
I should have started with saying Ndape. Is it Ndape?
Dave, yeah.
Davey. All right. Is that the formal word of greeting? Is it in Ndape and then
I
what
think
follows?
that's the slang way of saying.
So what's the
"Hi,
proper
what's
way
up?"
of saying it?
Moroi.
Moroi.
Moroi. That's like a more respectable way, like, how are you?
Is it like in the morning or just any
No,
time?
moroi can be any time. But when you want to say, like, good morning, it's mangwanani.
Mangwanani.
Yep.
Do you know what? I think I'm getting good, man. I've heard one podcast where they were teaching me Zim. I think I'm getting there. I'm
You're
getting
almost there.
Yeah. Wow, this is amazing. And you also tell me that you guys have a podcast of your own.
Oh, yes. So I am a part of 3 amazing women who have come together to showcase the Afro-Caribbean milestones and success stories within the diaspora.
Okay.
But we also do like a lot of charity work behind the scenes. So we're not just a podcast. We've actually become a platform.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what are their names?
So we've got Danilo, who's like the founder and CEO of Life Queens, and then we've got Boss Queen, aka Brittany.
Yeah.
We've got the first Princess of Africa UK pageant, Khadija Shamte, and the reigning queen of 2023, who is Hirani Hoodwan.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, something that I asked you when we started the podcast is the way we're pronouncing the second princess, the first princess, and the queen. Because when I first met you, you were correcting me to say, guys, listen, this is how it works. So let's explain to the people. So you are Miss Africa UK second princess.
Yes.
And then there's a first princess.
Yes.
And then there's the queen.
True.
Oh, now I get it. I don't want to mix it up. I don't want to cause politics.
Yeah, but people always say, oh, Miss Africa UK. And I'm like, no, I'm not the queen. Yeah.
It's like somebody coming to your house and they're like, oh, head of the house. And you're like, yo, the guy
that is someone. Exactly.
Let's talk about growing up in Zim. Surely you didn't think I'm going to be a princess one day or I'm going to be doing this. As a young kid growing up in Zim, how was life then?
Oh my God, I loved my growing up.
Yeah.
I grew up as a princess, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, so it was embedded.
I love my childhood, and I wish I could actually give my kids that life, the life that I had, but unfortunately I can't because I'm in the UK.
Yeah.
But life was amazing. I grew up on a farm.
Mm-hmm.
My dad is a farmer.
Okay.
So we had everything. You can imagine waking up to horses,
Yeah.
and you waking up looking over at a dam wall and stuff like that. I love nature, so it was a beautiful childhood.
Okay.
Yep.
Were there any challenges growing up? Was your dad strict in anyhow?
Oh yes. Oh gosh. My dad was so strict, and the funny thing is because I got pregnant as a teenager.
Yeah.
And I remember when I first found out I was pregnant, the only person I could think of was him. Not even anyone else but him.
But how did you find out? How did you find out you're pregnant? This is very fascinating. As a young girl, you're doing all these shenanigans. When does it click that, hey man, is it the time of the month not coming?
No, for me it was actually I had a love of chicken.
Love of chicken.
Yes.
Okay.
I just all of a sudden, and I'm thinking, why do I all of a sudden crave chicken? Like I could eat chicken in the morning, afternoon, evening, and never get tired of it.
Yeah.
So it happened for like 2-3 weeks, and I'm like, no, something is.
Well, you were craving
wrong.
more of the chicken.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, no, something's
not
definitely wrong here. So that's when I found out I was pregnant. But yeah,
But did you have to go test? Like, do you have to?
I did do a test myself, and I was like, oh God, no.
Oh no. So let's talk about the process of you going to say to your dad, hey, listen, dad, this is what's up. How did he respond?
To be honest, I was actually shocked because, like I said, he's a very strict man. He had his rules and regulations that no one could ever break. And it was quite difficult, but I was shocked because he was like, oh, okay, so what do you intend to do? And I was like, oh my God, if I had known it was going to be that simple, I wouldn't have been, having sleepless nights and even thinking, how am I going to explain this?
Yeah.
But no, he was very calm about it. And he actually just took me on board like, okay, that's it. Let's move on.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think that's a lesson to parents as well. Because sometimes when your parents are so strict, kids are scared to approach you. But sometimes they don't understand that they could just come to you and it'll be that simple. But because it's a strict person, you're probably thinking...
Yeah, I thought my life was over.
Yeah. Where was your mom at this time? Where's your mom in your life?
She was there, but like I said, I think my dad was the strict one.
Yeah.
And mom is just, she's
Chilled
my
out.
baby. So I wasn't expecting much from my mom. But however, I was maybe expecting her to say, oh, you shouldn't have done that or whatever.
Yeah.
But she was also like, oh, okay, that's fine. I get to meet my grandchild a little bit earlier than I expected. That's fine.
Okay.
So yeah, she was okay with it.
Wow. And then let's talk about academically. Yeah. Obviously, you're not just a pretty face. Because some people tend to think that people who do like pageant, Mrs. Whoever, they're empty in here. But I've looked at your resume. I'm aware that you're not empty. Very smart, very pretty. In school, what kind of a child were you? Were you like academically organized or how was the situation?
I think obviously because of my background, I knew I had to study hard in order to get to where my parents thought I was going to go.
Okay.
However, I love my sports. I do still own a few trophies from hockey and tennis.
Oh, so you played sports?
Yes,
okay,
I did.
Okay.
I did. To the point where my dad thought I was going to become I was his version of Serena Williams.
Oh, I see. Okay, so,
he was so
trying to groom you.
Oh, yes. He was. Yeah. My parents were so invested in my tennis that they supported, even if I had matches with other schools back home, they would follow me just to support me.
Oh, wow.
That's how supportive they were of my sporting life. But yeah.
Were there any siblings then? It sounds like...
Oh, yeah. But
you were the spoiled one.
I was the last child.
Oh, last born.
They called me a retirement baby.
Why? Is it because your parents were like retiring? That was the last one? Or why did they call you a retirement baby? What does that mean?
They thought they were done with having kids. And then 7 years later, I came.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. So how many siblings have you got?
8.
Oh, wow. Then you're going to say like 2, 3.
So,
Dad was busy.
How's
the age gap like? Is it all boys? Is it mixture?
It's a mixture of 4 boys and 5 girls. However, I think my mom came from a family where there were only 2 girls.
Yeah.
And in her head, she thought she could create the family that she never had.
Okay.
And then she just went all out.
Wow. And how was your relationship, or how is your relationship with your other siblings right now?
Because obviously they are way older than me.
Yeah.
I see them as my moms, my my bigger
Dads.
brothers, my dads. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like alone there at the bottom because come on,
Yeah.
someone who's already 7 years old, who's at least 35 years older than you. That's
Yeah.
your mom.
That's
you know?
that's your parent. That's your guardian.
Your parent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I don't have that sister relationship with them. They're all my moms and aunties and
Wow, that must have been pressure for you because I've got what 3 sisters, 1 younger sister, 2 older sister, but the age gap between the second born and the last born is not that much. I think the first born is the one where I feel like she's like a mom to me. You know what I mean? We don't relate that much. Yeah, that can be crazy. Anyone in the family, like with your siblings, that has superseded the expectations and was putting pressure on everyone, or did everyone move at the same pace? Because you know sometimes there's always that special one in the family, and then everyone is expecting like you must be like your sister or you must be like your brother.
I don't know. I think with me, like my dad would always be like, "Oh, everybody has got a degree. Everybody has got this. Everybody is doing this." And you know, coming from an African background, they expect you to be a teacher, a nurse, a doctor.
Yeah.
You know, they have all those, and that was not part of me.
No.
Like that wasn't me. I'm an entrepreneur. I believe in making money for myself, like just having that flexibility and not having to clock in or clock out at a certain time.
Yeah.
And I think it took me a very long time for me to actually accept that, okay, this is who I am and I'm not going to follow it.
Yeah.
And even for my parents, especially my dad, it was only once when I was sitting at the airport coming back here from holiday and he said to me, "Well done. You've done so well.
Yeah.
You're like a man in a woman's body."
Oh. Okay. Well, did he wish you were a son or something? Did he wish like you were a boy maybe?
I don't think
Part of
so.
him.
I think where I've taken my path that is not a path that he had
expected.
designed, because most of my siblings have taken the path that he has
Designed
for them.
Oh.
And so I was just the one that was, nah.
I'm going a different direction. But then, what was your first job? How do you realize that you're an entrepreneur? I'm sure everybody goes to school, we're graduating, we get the first job, we cool. How was your first job though?
It was okay,
Yeah.
because obviously where I got pregnant as a teenager, I had to start working earlier.
Yeah.
However, I started being an entrepreneur when I was probably 8. Like I
Okay.
used to make cakes and I used to make stuff and sell them. Being at a farm, it was so easy for me to do
At
all
8
those
years
things.
old.
Yeah, so I
Wow.
used to like, I would do my own shopping, like my own grocery shopping when I was going back to boarding school with money that I would have made. And sometimes I even made more money than my siblings who were teachers at that time.
Okay.
And
Because of the hustling mentality.
because of the hustling mentality.
Wow. Yeah, you know, there's always those kids at school. They're always hustling. There's that one selling sweets. This
I
one
was
is
that child.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, but it was good.
Yeah. And then let me say the first time you thought of a business idea, what was the idea that came to your head? When you thought, you know what, I want to be an entrepreneur.
To be honest, I think it was my situation that kind
Okay.
of got me there. Being a mom, at that time I was a single mom,
Yeah.
3 kids, school runs, childcare was expensive.
Yeah.
And my brother wasn't feeling well as well in the UK. So I was like doing school runs and everything and hospital visits, and it wasn't just so easy.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, and I almost got fired. So at that time I was a manager at a nursery,
Okay.
and I almost got fired. In fact, I did get fired. But what happened was before she could give me my letter to say I'm fired, I
Yeah.
also handed in my
Resignation.
resignation letter.
Also, did you know it was coming?
I kind of had a clue because she said, "Oh, you like to be your own boss a lot."
Yeah.
That's what, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, not really. Like I carry work home, I do all the work. What are you talking about?" You know?
Exactly,
But I
yeah.
knew what she was trying to say. And at that moment I said, "God, where do I go from here?" And I remember when we swapped letters, I realized her letter, she had only given me 2 weeks and I had actually given her a month.
All right.
So I was like, no, why should I do that? I'm
Yeah.
just going to change it. Today will be my last day, and I cleared my table that day.
That day.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm sure wherever she is, you better learn your lesson. Now you go to school, you finish the school. When do you move from Zim to the UK?
At 6, I think it was about 15 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, so I came and actually finished my school here.
Okay.
I did my GCSEs in Harrow on the Hill.
Okay.
Yes.
Very smart. Okay. Now, there's one question that I always ask everyone when they come from South Africa or Africa into the UK. How was the culture shock for you?
Oh God, I remember when I first sat into the classroom, one child said, "Are you sure you're from Africa?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And she said, "You speak good English." And I was like, "Thank you."
Yeah.
And I had a watch.
Yeah.
I think it was a fossil watch or something. And she said, do they do these in Africa? And I said, "Yes, they do."
Okay.
And she said to me, "That is a very expensive watch for somebody coming from Africa."
Yeah.
And she took it off me.
The ignorance. Wow.
But I was thinking, so Africans, we can't afford such things, no?
I think it's more ignorant as well. That those kind of questions is like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Especially when she said, "Oh, your English is too good for Africa."
Yeah.
For someone coming from Africa, I was thinking, what do you think Africa looks like?
How did that make you feel though? When somebody asks you something like that, how do you even process it? Are you hurt? Are you disappointed? Are you shocked?
At that moment, I was hurt.
Yeah.
Because I called my dad and I said, "I'm not too sure I'm supposed to be here."
Yeah.
And he said, "What do you mean?" And I said, "Oh God, this French thing that you want me to be speaking French and whatever, I think I need to come back home.
Yeah.
I can't deal with it." First of all, you know when you have the picture of UK from coming from Africa,
Because you've got your own
it's like you
picture
can
in your
see a
head.
palace. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you come here, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And I remember even the first night that because I arrived, it was quite late, and then I come back, and then I wake up in the morning and to see my surroundings, I was like, oh my God, is this the UK?
Yeah. Which part of the UK was this? Like when you go,
It was in East London, in Barking.
wow. Yeah, because we always have like a misconception of how the UK looks. I think it's because of what they show us on TV.
Trust.
So we just come here thinking there's Buckingham Palace, the Big Ben, London Eye.
That's what I was hoping to wake up and see, to be honest.
Yeah.
Before I saw the market, Barking Market, if you know Barking Market.
Then you realize like, wow.
Then I realized this is not it.
Yeah.
And for me now to kind of say, okay, I want to go back home, I'm thinking, okay, let me just wait for a few more months. But obviously, remember, whatever you feed, it becomes you. And I got used to the whole life. And before I knew it, I didn't want to go because my dad had given me 6 months to decide whether I want to stay or I want to go back home.
Okay.
And by the time he called me back and he said, "How far? Do you want to come back?" I was like, "No, Dad, I'm fine
I'm
here
fine
now."
here. So what made you be comfortable? I mean, obviously you came and then the bit of, I would say, racism kind of kicked in. But what made you think, you know what? Actually, I do belong here.
I don't know. I think I just got used to it.
Mm.
You get used to life, isn't it? Like you just think, okay, this is the change. Let me just get on board.
Yeah.
And also where I was coming from a mission school in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
My dad had put me at a school that he believed that's where all the ministers and prime ministers were made and created.
Wow.
But it was a mission school. It was really tough.
Yeah.
So life here being a bit more softer, and me coming from a mission school, it was like, okay, no, Ash, you can't go back.
We're cruising, yeah. We're comfortable, yeah. Wow. What? And then the pretty face. At what point did you realize that, no, wait, man, I'm a bit gorgeous,
No, I never realized that part.
No?
I don't think, because for me, I believe that beauty comes from within.
Okay.
There's people that you could see and they're the most beautiful people.
Yeah.
However, if you're not beautiful from inside. Your beautiful outside face doesn't matter at all.
So to you, what are the good qualities when it comes to interacting with human beings? What kind of qualities do you look out for besides the pretty looking? If somebody's looking good, what are some of those things where you like, I want to surround myself with this type of people?
I love intelligent people.
Okay.
I love intelligent people. I love people who have got that sense, just a good sense of humor.
Yeah.
But also genuine. Definitely you have to be genuine.
Genuine.
Yeah.
You don't like fake, because so many people can be fake out here.
Of course.
Yeah.
But for me, I always give myself 3 chances.
Okay.
I first have the first feeling like, okay, maybe this person is not who she is or who he is. I'm thinking, okay, just wait. 1, 2. Then the third, I'm out.
You're out of there. You're not having none of that.
No.
Yeah. But when it comes to relationship, do you do the same? Because when you get in a relationship, you might get hurt once, get hurt twice, or somebody cheat. Or how forgiving are you when it comes to things like that?
I think I've changed as I've grown. However,
yeah,
those are still issues that I think No, you can't, because you can't say sorry and then you keep go back to do the same thing.
Yeah.
There has to be a change in who we are. We're not perfect beings.
Yeah.
However, I believe that everybody can work towards becoming a better person. So if someone cannot work towards that, then come on, no.
It's not
yes,
happening.
I will leave again.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about your confidence. Have you always been a confident person, or have you at some point lacked a bit of confidence and you had to build it up?
Oh yes, nobody's born confident. Like,
Yeah.
I think my confidence has probably grown within the past 2 years. I've always known who I am, and I've always known what I want to do. But sometimes I thought, oh God, no, Ash, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't be walking up on that stage or doing,
So you self-doubt. You doubting
Oh yes,
yourself.
I had a lot of self-doubt. I had it. But I think once I joined the pageant and realized, because there's some tasks that were given to do that you think, oh my God, do I really have to do this?
Yeah.
Like, I don't like asking people for help. I believe I'm begging, and I don't like begging.
Yeah.
But the pageant taught me that.
Okay.
That it's okay for you to go and ask for help. If the person says no, that is perfectly fine. You go to the next person
and ask.
So now like a no for me is just like, okay, I'm just not meant to work with you or with that, do this.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's just not meant to be.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I can understand. It can be one of the toughest things. I mean, we do give credit to people who help people, but the hardest thing to do, I think, is to go and ask for help.
Sure.
Because the helping part, I think that's the easy part, you know, if you're asking me for help. But to swallow your pride and come to me and say, hey, listen, I can't do this. Yeah.
Trust me. I think, and also where I've started doing events by myself, I've realized I go to companies, to organizations and people, and I'm asking, could you sponsor me? Someone will be looking. So what do I have to gain if I sponsor you? And I'm thinking, okay, you're just helping me out now?
They think it's a business transaction. You asking for help, but to them it's like a business transaction.
Exactly. But also there are also some big brands that you go to them and you can't offer them anything in return apart from saying you're only helping out, you're only helping out somebody that's trying to get up there. So but it can be crazy, but it's all in a good way.
Okay. Now the beauty pageant. This was not the first time you entered a beauty pageant, was it? When you won? Was it the first time?
It was.
So growing up as a young kid, at no point did you ever think, when you go to high school, sometimes you do Mrs. What? You never, ever. Never clicked.
Never.
So with this one, what clicked? What attracted you to say, I'm going to try this, I'm going to do that?
So it was, I think, almost my daughter's 16th birthday, and I took her out for a meal, and then I said, oh, let's go do other things, like let's go to the spa or something. And she says, no, Mom, you need to get a life, like hang out with people, like yourself. And I was like, where do I get those people from? She said, I don't know, is there no pageants that can take you? And and I remember I was like, oh my gosh, this child really wants me to get a life. So I said, okay. So I started Googling, and the pageant that was close to me at that time, I had gone over the age limit. And so the journey had to continue. However, I stopped looking.
Okay.
But I've got this tendency of writing everything that I pray for, that I wish for, that I hope for. And I wrote it down that I'm going to join a pageant.
Yeah.
So 3 months down the line, someone started following me who was in the pageant. Her name is Chingwaro, and she started following me. So I saw her profile and it said she's an Africa UK finalist. And I'm like, oh my God, that pageant thing is back again in my life.
Yeah.
So we started talking with Tsitsi, and she said to me, oh, my grand finale is in Manchester in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Now, remember,
which year is this? Is
2022.
2022, okay.
Yeah. But remember, this is someone on Instagram.
Yeah. You haven't met this person?
I have not met her at all. And I said to her, no problem. Yeah, I know. Yeah. And I said to her, no problem. Send me the link to buy the tickets and everything, and I'll be there.
What, for the pageant?
For the pageant.
Okay.
In 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I remember I called up my sister-in-law at that time, and I said to her, would you like to go? And she said, are you crazy?
Yeah.
You've met this person on Instagram.
On Instagram. And already you're getting a link to buy the tickets. What are you doing?
I bought the tickets, and I even sent her the ticket, and I said, here's your ticket. Meet me there. Like, hotel is booked and everything. Just get yourself in Manchester.
Wow.
And so we went there together. And I remember she said, so we're here to see someone you've never met. As she walked on stage, that was my first time seeing her in person.
Wow. So she was doing the pageant.
Yep.
Okay, and how did she do though?
She did amazingly well, considering she's now the pageant coach of Africa UK.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is that when you then decided, you know what, I'm gonna do this?
On that day, I said, I am coming back to this stage.
Yeah.
Next year, it's gonna be me.
What is your preparation for something like that? Because with football, I'm going training. I'm going to the gym. I'm practicing. If it's singing, I'm doing la la la. For the pageant, how do you prepare yourself for something like that? How do you walk at home? Do you practice on the? How do you prepare?
To be honest, some pageants do all that walking on stage a lot. But with Africa UK pageant, to be honest, I think it's probably an hour they dedicate to making you, learning you, teaching you how to walk.
Okay.
And it's not in a bad way. I love it because they make sure that you're empowered enough before you walk on that stage.
Okay.
Because, you know, like, regardless of how I look, as long as I feel like and I know who I am, once I walk on that stage, I own it.
When you say they make sure you're empowered, how so?
So we go through different programs. It's actually, the pageant itself is called Africa UK Pageant and Empowerment Programs.
Okay.
So we go through these empowerment programs, which include finance, they include makeup, they include how, you know, you're dressing. There's a lot that you go through, and you get to meet all these people that have made it in life, and you just get a rough idea of who you are, where you are, and what you want to do from beyond the pageant.
Yeah.
So I think for me, I was just like, wow, okay, I'm definitely in. And I knew that even walking on that stage, whether I got a crown or not, I knew that I was more powerful than I thought I was, or more purposeful than I thought I was before I started the journey.
Yeah. I mean, is this, when they empower, is this for everyone who's joined?
Yes.
When they teach you about all this finance and empowerment or all that?
Yes. So every 2 weeks, there's a different program.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, but also every 2 weeks, there's a different task to complete.
What kind of task are we talking about?
Loads. So you could have like sponsors that have sponsored. So let's say with your podcast, if you had water, let's say the water was your logo.
Yeah.
And you decided
the water is coming, by the way. Finding the signal, water is coming.
Finding the signal. So finding the signal, water would have sponsored us and given us all water bottles, and we just have to probably do an advert for you.
Okay.
To advertise who you are and your brand, and that's it. And so there's different brands that come in.
Okay.
And sometimes, so those are like kind of the assignments that would be given. Yeah. But it's just all different assignments depending on what's on during that season. Yeah. Yeah.
In this process, is it like a trial where they can see that this person can make it or not? I'm sure like all of you do not respond the same to all these tasks. Is this where they gauge like if you actually committed to this? Is there any way of kicking someone out to say, you know what, you're not made for this? Or how does it work?
Not at the moment, but I believe that stage is coming.
Okay.
I think at the moment it's just like, okay, you're given the tasks. It's up to you to do them or not.
Okay.
However, what I've noticed is the people that complete all these tasks properly, they always come out brighter than the ones that don't complete the tasks.
Oh.
Yes.
So the level of commitment as well for you to be able to focus on something and actually complete it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's talk about the challenges of how somebody looks. Because before, when people are doing beauty pageant or is it catwalk, whatever they may call it, it was you had to look this way. Your figure had to be this way. And, you know, there was like a size limit to certain things. But it seems like now it's more open for people to just be whoever they want to be. Can you touch more on that in terms of body shaming, body size, and all those kind of stuff?
I think it's nice that nowadays we have pageants like obviously that don't judge us on our height or weight restrictions.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we're all different shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
And sometimes as much as we could try to become a certain size or a certain shape, not everybody can achieve that because that's who we are.
True.
So we just need to embrace and love who we are regardless of, you know, what anybody says you are.
I think for some of us, I feel we were robbed. Some of us, I'm talking about, there's certain people, like if you're from Africa, you prefer your women to be a certain way. And then when you go modern, or I would say in those European world, they change you guys into this different model. And then I'm like, but we don't. I'm not appreciating that. So for me, this is for me personally. I just feel like they shouldn't really change people to a certain structure because there are certain people that love you the way that you are. You know, that figure that they say is big. For us, it's like, yo, I like that the way it is. You know, but for some people, obviously, they prefer someone to be skinny, someone to be, I don't know, no shape, no bum, no whatever. But for some people, it's like, yo, stop changing those kind of things. Let people be who they are, and then we can just appreciate them the way they are.
It's true, but that's also, I think we allow that to happen.
Okay.
Because it's like, for me, someone said something about changing my skin color about probably a few days ago.
Yeah.
And I was like,
what, changing
no.
your skin color?
Yes.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, I love my skin color. Like,
Yeah.
I'm dark and beautiful. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Why would I change to become a lighter
Something
shade
else.
or something else, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it depends who we are and how well we love who we are.
Yeah.
Because if you've embraced who you are and you're comfortable with your body,
Yeah.
then you shouldn't want to be something else other than who you are at that moment.
So wait, this person saying change your color, is it somebody that you closed with, somebody who's doing beauty pageant, saying they're not comfortable with your skin, or what are they saying? Are they saying like, yo, do you want to look like this?
No, so this person basically wanted to do like an event with me, but the event would include skin bleaching products, and I'm not for
Okay.
that. I believe that, you know, we've got to be different.
Yeah.
And we've got to embrace who we are. So I just didn't agree with that. And she was like, oh, just imagine yourself in a lighter shade or something. And I'm like,
Wow,
no,
that's crazy.
I wouldn't do that.
Good on you. Good on you. I mean, you spoke about Serena Williams. I saw an article online. It was saying that apparently she's bleaching. That's what they're saying. Allegedly, apparently, that she's bleaching and trying to be light. But I don't know if that's true. So how do you feel about people who are bleaching their skin, or people that are encouraged? Because I think sometimes maybe it's pressure. Yeah.
It's pressure, but also I think we need to realize that we're not educated enough about the disadvantages of bleaching our skin.
Yeah.
Because I think if we knew what type of cancer we could get, or, you know, I don't know, the moment that we think about thinning our skin, it's prone to more disease.
Yeah.
But if we knew that, I don't think that we would do it.
Yeah.
So I think it's also lack of knowledge.
True.
There's a lot of awareness that needs to go out there on skin bleaching products that, you know, we shouldn't go there.
Okay.
We should just love who we are.
Be comfortable with yourself.
Exactly.
Okay. Now we're going to go into details about your Miss Africa UK second princess. And I want us to talk about, there's the girl from Nigeria. What's her name? Chidima. Is it Chidima?
Yes.
We're going to talk about that. But before we talk about that, I've got a game called Would You Rather. This is one of our favorite games.
Okay.
Are you okay? You can have a drink, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, let's hit you with this one. I wish I had drum rolls, you know. Okay, the first one is, would you rather win Miss World and be broke for the rest of your life, or lose Miss World and be rich for the rest of your life?
I would rather lose.
Really?
Yes, definitely. Oh, definitely.
You wouldn't.
No two ways about it. I would rather lose.
You'd rather lose it?
Yes.
I thought it means that much. Like, yo, anything to win Miss World.
No, because if I lose Miss World and then I'm rich tomorrow, I can do every other thing that I wanted to do with the World Miss title.
However, if you do get rich, whatever you do, you ain't winning nothing. You just gonna be rich. Any pageant you enter in, you're losing, but you still remain rich.
That is perfectly fine with me.
Yeah?
Because I still can do all the other things apart from being a title
holder.
Yes.
Okay.
And that way I get to touch more communities and become more famous and popular than Miss World, no?
Yeah. I get it. I get it. I don't know. I just wanted to see how much does it actually mean to you. Okay. If you were to get in an accident, would you rather lose your legs or damage your pretty face for life?
I think the face.
Damage the face.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to lose the legs.
No, because the legs, they keep me going.
Okay.
They keep me going. But with a face, like, come on.
Yeah.
Like I said, beauty comes from within. So I'm okay with not having my face.
Okay.
But I need my legs to get me to point A to point B. Like, yeah.
True.
I need my legs.
I wanted to see how artificial are you. So she's not that artificial. That's good. Now, this is a game, right?
Yeah.
this is very raw. But it's because it's something that I want us to talk about.
Yeah.
If you were to go to Dubai for 12 million pounds, would you rather they shit on your face or they piss on your face? Let me repeat the question.
Oh my God, for 12 million. None
If
of
you
the
were
above. But then again, for 12
No,
million.
let me repeat the question. There has to be an answer. It's A or B. There's none of the above or both of the above.
Oh gosh.
If you were to go to Dubai for 12 million, would you rather they shit on you or they piss on you? Second princess, Miss Africa UK second princess.
Oh.
Let's take the stake up. For 15 million, would you rather?
I think piss, because at least it's just water. I can quickly wash it off and probably
and forget about it.
And probably doesn't stink that much. So maybe, I think I would go for the piss.
There's a reason why I ask you that question. I've heard that people go to Dubai. I mean, ladies do stuff. Go to Dubai and get pissed on and shitted on. How do you feel about things like that? Is it that people get that much desperate in life that they have to do something like that? If any of your friends or maybe any of your kids did anything like that, how would you feel about it? Would you be understanding?
No.
So if your daughter came with 12 mil, she's like, Mom, I've got 12 mil. And you're like, hey, well done, my daughter. Well done. But where did you get this? As you are spending it, as she's saying, I bought you a car. And it's like, well, basically, Mom, I went to Dubai and shit happened. And I'm here. How would you feel about
what? I thank God that my daughters are one of those people. Like, they don't like such things. They can't even do it for their own dogs. Like, my daughter has to get gloves to clean up her dog's thing. Yeah. So I know that that's something she wouldn't do. So I thank God for that.
Yeah.
However, no. I think that we just need to find other ways to get the money.
Yeah.
And you know what? Sometimes it's not even about the money. I think once upon a time, I so wanted to be a millionaire like crazy.
Yeah.
But now I think I'm so comfortable and so happy with who I am that I don't think money could ever do anything.
Make you do anything like that.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it is said that people has to do something like that though. Now then, would you rather lose your ability to see or lose the ability to taste food?
Lose the ability to taste food.
No way.
I love my eyes. I need to see nature. I love nature. So I need to see the trees. I need to see all those beautiful flowers.
I thought you love your food.
No, I love my food too. However, no, I'm okay without tasting it.
Yeah. What's your favorite dish?
I actually don't have a favorite dish.
Oh, no wonder.
I love food.
No wonder.
And I don't care what continent it's coming from. I just love food. As long as it's not snake or anything that's a bit dodgy, like dogs. I don't like eating dogs.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't eat a dog because, I mean, for me, I see them as pets. And
the thing is, you wouldn't know that you are eating a dog.
That's true.
That's what people say. Like, you know, when we judge people from, is it China? Hong Kong? I stand to be corrected. I don't know if it's China or Hong Kong or Japan. But I know some of them eat animals. The reason why we judge them is because you wouldn't know. If you went there and they cooked it and they gave you a meal, and after you finish, when you say, I don't know how to say thank you in Japanese, but if you say thank you and they say, yeah, that was a meow or that was a ho ho.
I know. Oh.
You know?
I think if I eat it without knowing, then I'm okay because I don't know.
What are you going to do if you know and you've swallowed it? Are you going to go throw up?
No, that's why I said as long as I don't know, don't tell me.
What if they told you, but you're like, yeah, but it's delicious though?
No, I think I wouldn't eat it.
Okay, let's flip it. This is just for fun. Would you rather be a DJ or a promoter?
A promoter.
Why?
Because I feel like promoters get to know people that are at the top. Than a DJ. Because for a DJ, you need a promoter to get you to there. So I need to be a promoter.
Always aiming high. I like that. Would you rather be a president or a vice president?
President.
Yeah?
I wouldn't want to
answer
to
anybody.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now this is the last one, and this is very tricky. This was nailed to the T.
Oh my gosh.
Now you know there's human trafficking going on in the world. In human trafficking, if you had a chance to save your child and 100 kids get trafficked, or you save 100 kids but your child gets trafficked, which one would you take?
Now, the last time I had an air hostess she said, when the oxygen masks come down, save yourself first and then you save everybody else.
I like this. This is very smart. This is very smart. They taught you very well. Yes. Okay, go on.
So I would definitely save my child first before I save everybody else.
But think about it this way. 100 kids are going to be human trafficked. 100 of them.
And I understand that. However, are those 100 kids going to be able to help me with my mental health when I've lost my child?
I don't know.
Exactly.
They'll probably be somewhere grooving.
No.
Forget about
exactly. So for that reason, no, thank you.
Wow, good sports. I like that. You played the game very well. Some people cringe. Some people refuse to answer the questions, but you did really amazing. Now let's go back to the beauty pageant. We're talking about her. What's her name? Chidima.
Yes.
Now, how do you feel about her story? With the fact that I think she's obviously she's Nigerian. Yeah. The mom, I think, is Malawian or something like that. I'm not really sure where she's from.
Sure, yeah.
The dad could be Nigerian as well. So she was in South Africa, beauty pageant thing, and then she joined. But then they discovered that her mom somehow falsified her documents to become South African. But then this has got nothing to do with her. And then she goes through this saga. If it was you going through that, how would you deal with the situation? Or I would say, how do you feel about that situation for her?
Well, I think if it was me,
I'm
one person that believes when one door shuts, the other one opens. And I believe that everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Sometimes it may happen in a way that you didn't expect or in a way that we wouldn't love. However, I believe that everything is always working out for the better.
Okay.
And in her case, I mean, it worked out for the better, no?
True.
She went back home.
Yeah.
And she became a princess. She became the queen of Nigeria in no time. So, yeah.
Which is good, but remember, there's a part that people didn't focus on, that when she went back to Nigeria and then she became Miss Nigeria and she won, there were some people that didn't want to accept her because they were like, she's not Nigerian enough.
Yeah, you can't be everybody's cup of tea now, can we?
Yeah. But as long as you focus on your journey
as long as you
and do what you gotta do.
Exactly. Because we need to understand that in every journey or even in our lives, we've got people that will support us and people that will be like, why is he doing what he's doing? Or why is she doing what she's doing?
Yeah.
There's always going to be people with their own opinions coming in. So, yeah, I never let the sounds of what's happening around me stop me from where I want to get to. I just have to focus. And that's what she did. Well, I'm hoping that's what she did. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, let's talk about, is it Miss Africa UK Second Princess? When you were doing it, how confident were you that you're going to win this?
Oh, my God. You know, I got a newspaper interview I think it was a week before the pageant. And they asked me, do you think you're going to win the crown? And I said, I didn't realize that everything was recorded. So I said what I thought. And I said, of course, I'm going to bring home the crown.
Yeah.
And it was only until the newspaper came out and I couldn't even share it with everybody because I was thinking, oh my God, what did I just say? And what if I don't bring the crown? So we had a radio interview just before the grand finale in the afternoon. And at the radio station, the girl goes, where's Ashleigh? Where's Ashleigh?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, why would you start with Ashleigh, not starting with everybody else? Like, go with everybody else. Anyway, I'm like, yeah, I'm here. And then she goes, oh, yeah, I saw you in the newzimbabwe.com. New Zimbabwe News.
Yeah.
And you said you're going to bring the crown home.
Oh, wow.
Are you going to do that? And I'm thinking, oh, gosh. Like, girl, don't say that.
Because you were just saying it, well, you're confident, but it's just a thought. You spoke it out, which most people don't do that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect it to then be written down in a newspaper.
Yeah.
But so I was just like, yeah. But at that time, my heart was pounding like, Ash,
Yeah.
if you don't get this, then you're finished.
Yeah.
So anyway, we get to the grand finale. The top 5 comes up, and I'm part of the top 5.
Top 5. Okay.
And then people get questioned, and they forget to question me.
Oh.
So I don't have marks for that question.
What, you're on stage, they're asking you questions.
Yes.
This is what we're
So
talking
the
about.
top 5 is like they stay on stage, and
Okay.
then you're questioned.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody else got their questions, and I never got mine.
Okay.
So at that time, I've already lost hope, and I'm kind of thinking, what am I?
Oh, what am I here for?
Yeah.
Like, why?
And then I said, I wasn't asked my question. And they said, okay. But at that time, come on.
It's
You're
late.
last, like
Yeah.
they've forgotten about you. So anyway, I go there. And to be honest, my daughters say I never answered the question at all. I'm telling you, they say to me, they're like, oh, Mom, we don't even know why you won because you never answered. But one thing I do know for sure is what I did say on that stage is I answered my question, was what I kept until the very last day of my reign.
Okay.
I remember, I think I said something about making sure that I stand and empower, and what did I say? I said stand for everything that the Africa UK pageant stands for.
Okay.
Like from this day until,
Yeah.
And I did that. But anyway, my daughter still
Didn't.
they
What was your particular question? What was the question that they asked you? Do you still remember the question?
I think it was, if you won the crown today, what would you
do? Okay.
And of which I did say, I said I would stand for everything
that
I stand for and what the pageant stands for. No?
Yeah.
But obviously, I think I should have elaborated it a bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't. And I was just, when I gave the mic, I was just, this is it. We're done now. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was surprised. And then I was so they then start calling the second princess is the one that's called at first.
Okay.
And they called me. I was
Your
like,
name.
oh, okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's good enough. I'll take it.
Yeah. I mean, when they called your name, was there part of you thinking, nah, I should have been the first princess? Or part of you was like,
No.
hey, this is where we are. I'm good here.
To be honest, the top 5 was quite a very strong top 5.
When we say strong, what are we talking about? They were most beautiful. They were most smart.
Personality-wise,
The personality,
smart,
okay.
like it was tough. I don't know how the judges even did it because there was like 2 doctors and an air hostess, but it was just a really tight top 5.
Top 5.
And yeah, so for me to get 3, I was like, I'm okay with it.
Yeah. So they call your name second princess. They call somebody else first princess. And then obviously there's the queen. What happens from there? I mean, after they call your name, what then happens? Do you know what you're going to do after? Do you know what? So they just let you be?
Not really. I mean, obviously, I like the fact that I think since I was crowned, I'm not going to lie, a lot about the pageant has changed. I think I have contributed to the pageant's growth.
Yeah.
That certain things, like when I won, we never had a contract.
Yeah.
But I made sure that now, that
there is
now a contract that people need to follow, because I feel like sometimes we give the contract to people, or we give these positions to people that don't want to make use of them.
Okay.
I think when you do get a crown, you're supposed to go out there, empower people, inspire people, help people out, and just be a people's person.
Yeah.
But it was one of the changes that I made sure was changed during my reign, that there has to be a contract, and now it's a contract. But yeah.
Wow. I could imagine. That's really good that you're gonna make some changes. But moving forward, I think this is a question that I asked you when I met you at the African Gala. If there's any kid out there who is looking up to you or looking up to anyone saying, I would want to do this, I would want to be Miss something, what would be your advice to them to say, this is my advice to you, like how would you direct them?
I believe that anything is possible as long as you believe.
Okay.
I think the problem that we have is we limit ourselves and think, oh my God, I can't do this or I can't do that. But the moment that you think and believe that you can do this and anything is possible, and I think we need to understand, or they need to understand that in life there's always going to be a few doors that are shut in front of your face.
True. Yeah.
However, that shouldn't stop anyone from becoming who they want to become. And I think the people that we surround ourselves with are so important, because if you're to surround yourself with people that don't believe in you or don't think you're capable of doing certain things, then for sure you're not going to go far. but you need people like sell you. Oh yeah, you can do this. You could own your own podcast. You could do,
Maybe
own your own
business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's just the people that they keep around. So we need to be very wary of the people that we
keep around.
Yep.
Wow. Now I've heard somewhere that when people do the Miss or a pageant, there's certain restrictions that you can't have tattoos and you can't have that. But I've noticed that second princess had a nice, beautiful tattoo on her arm. Before you explain that, what does it mean? What does your tattoo mean?
So that's actually, I don't know if you guys have got a term, but in Zimbabwe, so I'm actually an elephant.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Okay.
And I do love
elephants.
I do love animals.
Yeah. So why do we have two elephants? Why not one? Why is it the shape of the love? What is it?
Yeah, well, they are in love, but yeah. I don't think I chose it because of they are in love. I think I just chose it because they are elephants.
Okay. So how did you explain this to the tattoos? They said, can you put two elephants and make sure that their mouth are touched and shaped by... Or did you see it somewhere?
I saw it in a book before I got there. But yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like to me, because this was my first ever tattoo.
Yeah.
And I had to go back for them to get colored, but it was so painful that I was like, nah,
I was going to ask you
that.
I was going to ask you what they paid. Yeah? So this is it. You're not doing another one.
I said, no, we're not doing... No, I do have 4, but...
So this was the first one?
This was the first one.
And then you had that one on your hand?
Yeah, like this is Tweety Bird.
Okay. So how many we got? 4 in total?
We've got 4. And then I've got like a flower that goes down my leg.
Okay. What, on the side?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
And then the last one?
And then the flower on my foot as well.
Okay. Interesting. I do want to get a tattoo, but the pain, man. I'm like, yo.
Trust me, the first time is crazy.
It's got to be something that really, that really matters. I don't know what.
But you know what? It's actually an addictive pain.
Is it?
Yes.
Also, once you like it, you kind of like get addicted to it. Like,
yes.
I want to get more of that.
I'm not too sure if it's the pain that makes you get addicted to it. But what I found out was... Obviously, when I got my tattoos, I was going through some stuff in my life, and the pain was. I think the pain would take away the actual pain that I was feeling in life.
Oh.
So it felt like it was the best place to be.
Okay.
I literally went almost every single month.
Yeah.
To get a tattoo for 4 months until I realized, okay,
this is becoming a problem now.
Yes.
Oh, so no wonder some people have too many tattoos. I'm like, yo, bro, I like tattoos, but hey,
they're very addictive.
Because I've got finding the signal is Mr. Signal. It's like, no, it's too much. Let's talk about some of the things that you do. I know that you're really involved into charity stuff as well. So tell me more about other things that you do other than the Miss Pageant.
So. Okay, obviously, apart from the Life Queens, which is the podcast and some charity work.
Yeah.
I also have Sparkle of Hope Empowerment Charity Foundation. Well, that's more charity work, sorry.
Yeah.
But I'm also into rent to rent, they call it.
What's rent to rent? What does that mean? So
basically, it's you taking someone else's property and
rent it.
And yeah.
What do you change? Do you convert it into something else and then rent it, or
not really? I normally just try and use it as it is, or maybe just polish it up a little bit. But I don't really convert it into
something
big things
amazing
because obviously it's also a rental from the owner, isn't it? So it's so it's like you just rent it on short lets.
Okay.
For people that come in and they've got work contracts and and then I'm also into cleaning.
Okay. What, cleaning services, like your cleaning company?
Yep.
Okay.
With that one, it's...
How did you start that? Yeah.
So the days when my brother was in hospital and the days when I got fired.
Yes.
The days when I got fired, that was one of my hustles to make money. So during the days when I got fired, I had a dog. We were doing dog business,
hustling mentality. I like that. You said I've got too many titles. I think you got more titles than me. Yeah, so the cleaning and then
so the cleaning, the rent to rent. I also used to do a lot of eBay, but I've kind of slowed down on the eBay now. Thing. Yeah, because obviously with the eBay, it requires you to be at the post office every single day.
Every time, is it? What, posting stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Interesting stuff. We've got a feature in the podcast where we ask you to call someone and we prank that person. Now, this is something that I didn't tell you. It has to be a surprise because I didn't want you to be prepared for it. Because when I tell you, then you prepare, then you tell them, hey, we're going to call you at this time. So you have to choose one person that we're going to prank. Okay. Now, sometimes I take it too far, but I'll try not to take it too far because the last time I done it, I nearly got in trouble. Yeah, we called Captain Lulas's mom and we said she was in hospital and the mom was like, you could tell. I was feeling so bad as we were doing it. So who are you going to choose? One person that we're going to prank. We have to cook something really nice. So what are you thinking? I'm going to get the questions. In the meantime, if you can try and connect to the Bluetooth of this. So if you go on your phone, Rode, that's the one, that's Rode. So we connect to Rode.
Perfect.
Okay, let's play anything like a music just to make sure that I can hear it. I think I need to add more sounds. Yeah, I can hear it.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, I can hear that.
Okay.
Thank God you chose this song. Imagine if you chose that's fine. You can pause the music.
Oh, gosh.
It's playing.
That was actually music that I was listening to when I was coming in.
Oh, is that your playlist?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Nice music. So, no, you can. Let's call. What about your sister, your brother? Are they here? Are they in the UK?
No. Well, right now my brother's in Zimbabwe.
Okay, no, that's too far.
Shall I try my friend?
Yeah, call your friend and be like, I got arrested. It was just something stupid. Is it possible if you come to Southend?
Okay.
Yeah? Okay. Let's go.
I say I got arrested maybe for not having a ticket or something.
Yeah.
Wait.
I needed to explain what we're doing.
Buena.
Hi.
Hola. And are you back?
No. I got arrested.
What?
I got arrested.
For what?
I didn't have a ticket.
I go. What do you mean you didn't have a ticket?
A train ticket.
To where?
To Southend.
But wait, it's Southend outside London.
Yeah.
So you got arrested and then what happened? Are you still in the thing?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, how can I help you?
I need you to come and get me.
You need me to come and get you?
Yes.
Madam, that will be like 2 hours plus. Okay, let me check the trains then. Oh, okay, send me the address. It's okay, I'll just drive. There's no other way.
Sorry, can you make it here in an hour?
Sorry?
Can you make it here in an hour? Because I need to transfer her somewhere else. You'll have to come out on Monday because we're gonna shut. It was irresponsible of her to not get a ticket. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to wait any longer. You're gonna have to come on Monday. She'll have to just sleep the 3 nights.
Well, send me the address, my friend.
Yeah, can you get here in an hour? Can you get here in an hour?
I will try my best. Send me the address. I will try my best to be there in an hour. There's no way she's sleeping in jail.
No, but I need reassurance, ma'am. Ma'am, I need reassurance that you'll be here in an hour. If you're not here in an hour, we won't be here. She will stay here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. She'll leave on Monday.
Okay, I'll be there in an hour. Can you send me the address now so that I start driving, please?
Well, are you driving at the moment?
I'm already in the car. If you send me the address, I will be on the way. I don't even know why we're discussing this, honestly.
Okay, you don't have to give me attitude, madam. If you give me attitude, she will come out on Monday, okay?
Okay, send me
I just want you to be calm and relax because she is a princess. She's Miss Africa second princess.
Why? So I will block both of you if I even have his number too. I shall block both of you. What the heck?
Listen, my dear. She's at a podcast. We're just interviewing her. She's really amazing. So we've got a feature on the podcast where we have to ask her to call someone and prank them. And she chose you. She said you're her best friend. So thank you very much for taking part.
Princess, you are dead, my sister. You are.
How about you actually say, send me the address now and I'm coming? Like,
Yes.
it will take you 3 hours to get there, to get here.
I don't care, sis. I wasn't gonna let you stay in jail.
You are a true friend. You are what we
Honestly,
call a true friend.
But why would you shock me like that? Honestly, you guys. Anyway.
You did amazing. There was no ways you're gonna be here in an hour, but you were like, you know what? That's my sis. She's not sleeping there for 3 days.
I was gonna try my best, honestly.
What's your name? What's your name again?
It's Brittany. They also know me as Boss Queen.
Oh, Boss Queen, is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
You are the real Boss Queen. You are the real Boss Queen. The podcast is called Finding the Signal. When it's out, please watch it and enjoy yourself panicking.
Oh, okay. Oh, gosh. All right.
Thank you very much, darling. You take care, okay?
Yes. Take care. Bye.
Cheers, bye.
Oh, my God.
Now that was much better.
Trust me.
Bless her. Wow.
Yeah, that was
Brilliant. That was awesome. That was much better. Anyway, we are running out of time. Second Princess.
Yep.
Well done. That was good, actually. But before you go, I always ask my guests. There's one question that I always make sure that I ask them. If there's anybody that you want to give flowers to, whether they'd be dead or alive, that has played a major role in your life, to say, if it wasn't for this person, I wouldn't be where I am, who would that person be?
In that case, that one person would have to would be two people turning into one. I think my parents.
Your parents, yeah?
Yes.
Your mom and your dad?
My mom and my dad, definitely.
Okay. I think for that, I will give you the leeway to say two people. Yeah. Why them, though?
Because I believe that I am who I am today because of them.
Yeah.
They've allowed me to navigate life on my own terms.
Yeah.
And come out the other way.
Mm-hmm.
I think most African parents would want you to follow the way that they believe life is supposed to be, or the way that they want you to go.
Yeah.
But they've allowed me to take my own path, and so I owe it to them.
Okay.
For allowing me to be that person.
Wow, that is amazing. I really appreciate that. I had few questions for you, but because we were running out of time, this is what I normally ask the friends to send me questions. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can go through these questions very quick. One of them said, please ask Ashleigh. Oh, wait. I nearly said Alicia. Where do I get the name Alicia from?
That's my daughter's
Your
name.
daughter? Please ask Ashleigh, what is her favorite color?
Pink. Any
Pink.
shade of pink.
Yeah? What is her best two movies?
Legally Blonde and Bobby and the Diamond Castle.
Bobby and the Diamond, okay. How does Ashleigh feel about marriage?
I think as long as you're happy, then
Yeah.
it's a good place to be. As long as you're happy,
You wouldn't want to be miserable in a marriage. How does it feel? How do you feel about racism?
I personally believe that our bodies are just they're just like things that are carrying us, but
Yeah.
we need to look at ourselves as souls. So I do not believe in racism.
Okay. Does Ashleigh have any hidden talents?
Ooh, I'm not too sure about that one.
Is it? Okay, we'll pass that on. What is your favorite dish?
All types of food.
Yeah, yeah, I think I knew that one. How many languages can Ashleigh speak?
2 and a bit of every other language there is.
Okay. What was your dream growing up as a young girl, they say?
I don't know. I think I just wanted to be Ashleigh, living life to the fullest.
To the fullest. Brilliant. How does Ashleigh feel about adoption? Would you ever adopt a child?
I believe that adoption is the best way possible to give a child a life. So yes, I'm very much open to adopting.
Did you have any role models growing up? Who did you look up to?
My father.
Your father. Would you consider yourself a role model?
Yes.
Can you please ask Ashleigh if she can sing any song word for word? If there's any song that she knows that she can sing word for word.
None of the above.
Brilliant. Ashleigh, listen, thank you very much for coming to our platform. What should people look forward to about Ashleigh? What's more to come? What are plans now for Ashleigh? Are we winning Miss World? Are we winning Miss Africa for the second time? Are we winning it for the first time? What are we doing?
Definitely the pageant world is closed for me at the moment. I believe I've been empowered to empower.
Yeah.
But of course, if people ever need a coach, a pageant coach, I am here.
Yeah.
And of course, Sparkle of Hope will continue to empower individuals from everywhere, wherever we go.
Yeah.
However, I am looking to start a different charity in Zimbabwe because at the moment it's been one charity that has been working both in UK and Zimbabwe, and 2025 is going to be the split of the charities in becoming two sections.
Wow.
And also I have an event coming up on the 8th of February, which is the Love and Empowerment event in London.
Okay.
And I also have a wellness weekend away in June.
Okay.
Details of both are to follow.
Wow. 2025 is looking amazing. It's looking bright. Guys, I told you, I'm looking sick today. I'm looking dapper because I've got a second princess in the building. Why wouldn't I look amazing? Ashleigh, thank you very much for coming today. We really appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been an amazing opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. Stay beautiful and stay blessed.
Thank you so much. You
All
too.
right, it's yours truly, Mr. MDK. This is Finding the Signal. Please click the subscription button right there. Like, share, tell your friends to tell the other friends and the other friends. And if they've got animals as well, please let them know we're out here finding the signal. We really appreciate you. We love you too much. Boom, we're out of here.